The Centauri fleet floated in the vast expanse of space, a menacing armada of massive warships and sleek fighters. Each ship was a marvel of alien engineering, bristling with advanced weaponry and cloaked in the signature dark metal that absorbed the light of distant stars. The flagship, Centauri Prime, was the crown jewel, housing the most sophisticated technology and the Centauri High Command. Among the fleet's arsenal was the Tesla Harpoon, a weapon of unparalleled power. Capable of disabling enemy ships with a single shot, the Tesla Harpoon was a testament to Centauri technological prowess. It was a fearsome tool, designed to maintain their dominance and instill fear across the galaxy. Life aboard the Centauri fleet was a daily grind of maintenance and operational checks, especially for the human engineers who worked as subordinates to the Centauri overlords. These humans, though technically skilled, were relegated to menial tasks and treated with disdain. They worked in cramped conditions, often in the bowels of the ships, ensuring that the Centauri war machine remained operational. Among these engineers was Alex, a brilliant and resourceful human who had become indispensable due to her deep understanding of both human and alien technology. Alex was in her early 30s, with a sharp mind and a calm demeanor that hid her simmering resentment towards the Centauri. Her technical prowess had earned her a begrudging respect from her alien superiors, but she was acutely aware of the glass ceiling above her. Despite the oppressive environment, Alex thrived on the challenges presented by the alien technology. She spent her days troubleshooting and repairing, her nights studying Centauri schematics and devising ways to improve their systems. Her quarters were filled with parts and tools, a testament to her dedication and ingenuity. The Centauri overlords ruled with an iron fist, enforcing strict discipline and maintaining a clear hierarchy. Human engineers were viewed as little more than expendable labor, essential for their skills but easily replaceable. Any sign of dissent was met with harsh punishment, creating an atmosphere of fear and resentment. Daily life was a constant reminder of their subjugation. The Centauri barked orders, often accompanied by derogatory remarks. Infractions, no matter how minor, resulted in severe consequences. The human engineers were under constant surveillance, their every move monitored by Centauri enforcers. This oppressive regime bred a growing tension among the human crew. Whispers of rebellion began to circulate in the shadows, as the engineers grew tired of the constant mistreatment. The realization that their skills were crucial to the fleet's operations gave them a sense of quiet empowerment. They began to see the Centauri's reliance on their expertise as a potential weakness. Amidst this tension, Alex formed bonds with other engineers who shared her desire for change. Her closest ally was Emma, a resourceful and tech-savvy engineer with a knack for hacking and encryption. Emma, a few years younger than Alex, had a fiery spirit and a determination to match her technical skills. Together, they made a formidable team, each complementing the other's strengths. Alex and Emma often worked together on challenging projects, their collaboration resulting in faster and more efficient repairs. Their camaraderie extended beyond their work. They shared dreams of a future where humans were free from Centauri oppression. They spoke in hushed tones about potential ways to undermine their overlords, their conversations filled with hope and resolve. Their circle also included a few sympathetic aliens, who quietly supported their cause. These aliens, though rare, understood the injustices inflicted upon the humans and saw the potential for a more equitable alliance. Among them was Thal, a Centauri technician who had grown disillusioned with the Empire's brutal tactics. Thal provided valuable insights into the inner workings of the fleet's systems, his knowledge proving indispensable to Alex and Emma's plans. The growing network of allies fueled their ambition. They began to devise small acts of sabotage, testing the waters and gauging the Centauri's responses. Each successful act bolstered their confidence, reinforcing the belief that a larger, more coordinated effort could be possible. The stage was set for rebellion. The oppressive nature of the Centauri overlords, the growing tension among the human crew, and the burgeoning relationships forged in the crucible of adversity laid the groundwork for a plan that would change the balance of power. Alex and her allies were ready to take the first steps toward reclaiming their freedom, driven by the knowledge that their skills and unity could turn the tide against their oppressors. In the shadows of the Centauri fleet, a quiet revolution was brewing, one that would leverage the very technology used to subjugate them. The seeds of rebellion had been sown, and it was only a matter of time before they would take control of the alien fleet and chart a new course for their future. It was a routine maintenance check, one that Alex had performed countless times before. She was deep in the bowels of the Centauri Prime, inspecting the power distribution nodes that regulated the ship's vast energy grid. As she adjusted a faulty coupling, a surge of energy jolted her, causing a nearby console to flicker and display an unfamiliar interface. Alex's eyes widened as she realized she had stumbled upon a hidden diagnostics menu, one not meant for human eyes. Intrigued, she quickly scanned the information, her engineering mind racing to understand the implications. The console displayed real-time data on the fleet's control systems, including a poorly protected access point buried deep within the mainframe. Heart pounding, Alex meticulously noted the details. She realized that with the right modifications, this vulnerability could be exploited to hijack the entire fleet's control systems. The accidental discovery presented a golden opportunity, one that could change the course of their lives and potentially end Centauri oppression. That evening, Alex gathered her most trusted allies in a secluded section of the ship. Emma was the first to arrive, her eyes bright with curiosity and determination. Thal followed shortly after, his expression serious as he nodded to Alex. A few other key engineers, each with unique skills, completed the group. "We have a chance to take control of the fleet," Alex began, her voice steady despite the gravity of her words. She explained the vulnerability she had discovered, laying out the potential for a complete system takeover. The room buzzed with a mix of excitement and apprehension. "We can do this," Emma said, her tone resolute. "But we need a solid plan. This is high stakes. If we fail, the Centauri won't hesitate to make an example of us." The group spent hours discussing the technical challenges and risks. They mapped out a detailed strategy, breaking down the complex task into manageable steps. Each engineer would have a specific role, from bypassing security protocols to rerouting power and maintaining communications silence to avoid detection. Secrecy was paramount. They knew that any hint of their plan would lead to immediate and brutal retribution from the Centauri. Every action needed to be meticulously coordinated, every risk calculated. The weeks that followed were a blur of covert activity. Alex and her team worked tirelessly, gathering the necessary tools and components. They conducted small-scale tests, each success boosting their confidence while each failure underscored the high stakes of their mission. Emma proved invaluable, her hacking skills allowing them to access and manipulate the ship's systems without raising alarms. Thal provided insider knowledge of the Centauri protocols, enabling them to navigate the security measures with precision. Tension was a constant companion. The engineers were always on edge, wary of the Centauri patrols and surveillance systems. Each clandestine meeting, each whispered conversation, carried the risk of exposure. They knew that discovery at any stage would mean the end for all of them. Despite the stress, the team remained united and focused. They shared a common goal and a deep bond forged through their shared struggle. The dream of freedom and control over their own fate kept them motivated, even as the pressure mounted. After weeks of preparation, the day of the takeover finally arrived. The engineers had chosen a time when the Centauri command would be least vigilant, during the ship's maintenance cycle, a period when systems were routinely shut down for checks and updates. Alex gathered her team for a final briefing. "This is it," she said, her voice filled with quiet determination. "We've planned for every contingency, but we need to execute perfectly. Stay focused and trust in each other." Each team member understood their role. Alex and Emma would infiltrate the main control hub, bypassing the primary security measures. Thal and another engineer would handle the power rerouting, ensuring the system remained stable during the transition. Others would monitor communications, ready to intercept any Centauri alerts. As the maintenance cycle began, the team moved into action. Alex and Emma navigated the labyrinthine corridors of the ship, their hearts pounding but their movements precise and practiced. They reached the control hub without incident, using their forged access codes to enter the restricted area. Emma quickly set to work on the security protocols, her fingers flying over the console. "I'm in," she whispered, her voice tinged with excitement. Alex began the process of rerouting the control pathways, her hands steady despite the high stakes. In the power distribution center, Thal and his partner synchronized the power flow, ensuring that the system wouldn't detect the rerouting. The ship hummed with energy, but the transition was seamless, unnoticed by the Centauri. Back in the control hub, Alex and Emma initiated the final sequence. The vulnerability Alex had discovered weeks ago now served as the gateway to their freedom. The mainframe flickered, then stabilized as the new commands took hold. "We have control," Alex said, her voice barely a whisper but filled with triumph. The engineers had done it. They had successfully hijacked the fleet's control systems, locking out the Centauri commanders. The once oppressive overlords were now powerless, their own technology turned against them. As the team secured their new control, they sent a covert message to Earth's forces, informing them of their success and coordinating the next phase of their plan. The moment of truth had arrived, and the tide was about to turn in their favor. The rebellion had begun, and the Centauri fleet was now under human control. The day had finally come. Alex and her team were poised to execute their meticulously planned takeover of the Centauri fleet. The maintenance cycle provided the perfect cover for their actions. With tools and forged access codes in hand, they moved through the dimly lit corridors of the Centauri flagship, Centauri Prime, their hearts pounding with a mix of fear and determination. Alex and Emma led the charge, their path set towards the central control hub, the nerve center of the fleet's operations. The corridors seemed to stretch endlessly, the hum of the ship's systems the only sound accompanying their cautious steps. They encountered advanced security systems at every turn, each one a formidable obstacle designed to prevent unauthorized access. Emma's hacking skills were put to the test as she disabled security protocols and bypassed biometric scanners. "Almost there," she whispered, her fingers flying over the console of her portable hacking device. The door to the control hub slid open silently, granting them entry. They were inside. As they advanced, the team faced moments of intense suspense. Unexpected patrols by Centauri guards threatened to expose their plan at any moment. Alex and Emma ducked into alcoves and maintenance shafts, holding their breath as the guards passed mere inches from their hiding spots. At one point, Emma's hacking device emitted a faint beep, signaling a temporary failure to bypass a crucial security lock. The sound echoed through the corridor, causing both Alex and Emma to freeze in terror. A Centauri patrol rounded the corner, their sharp eyes scanning for any signs of intrusion. Alex quickly feigned a maintenance task, using her tools to mimic the actions of routine checks. The guards hesitated, suspicion in their eyes. Emma's quick thinking saved them. She activated a holographic display, simulating a malfunctioning system that required immediate attention. The guards, satisfied with the explanation, moved on, leaving the duo to breathe a sigh of relief. Reaching the mainframe control room, Alex and Emma set to work on the final phase of their plan. The room was filled with advanced alien technology, consoles flickering with streams of data in the Centauri language. Emma began hacking into the primary control interface, while Alex connected their devices to the fleet's central systems. The crucial moment had arrived. Emma's fingers danced over the console, entering commands and bypassing security layers. "We're in," she whispered, a note of triumph in her voice. The mainframe responded to their inputs, granting them access to the fleet's command systems. With practiced efficiency, Alex initiated the lockdown protocol. They began cutting off the Centauri commander's access to fleet controls and communications. The screens around them flashed red as the Centauri systems recognized the breach, but it was too late. The humans had control. "All primary systems are under our command," Alex announced. The realization hit them, they had done it. The Centauri, who had oppressed them for so long, were now locked out of their own fleet. The power had shifted, and the humans were in control. The engineers worked quickly to stabilize the fleet's systems under their new control. The transition needed to be flawless to avoid any critical errors that could jeopardize their position. Alex monitored the power distribution and propulsion systems, ensuring that everything remained within operational parameters. Emma focused on securing their command, implementing new security measures to prevent any Zentari attempts to regain control. They rerouted communication channels, isolating the Zentari commanders and preventing them from coordinating a counterattack. As they solidified their control, Alex sent a covert message to Earth's forces. The message contained a detailed report of their successful takeover and a request for strategic coordination. They needed Earth's military leaders to understand the new dynamics and assist in leveraging their control of the fleet to turn the tide of the war. Back on Earth, the message was received with a mixture of astonishment and elation. The human engineers had accomplished the impossible. The military leaders quickly devised a plan to integrate the commandeered fleet into their broader strategy against the Zentari Empire. On board the Zentari Prime, the engineers monitored the fleet's status, ready to respond to any unexpected developments. The tension remained high, but there was also a growing sense of hope and determination. They had taken the first critical step towards freedom, and now they had to ensure that it counted. In the hours that followed, Alex and her team maintained a vigilant watch over the fleet's systems. They communicated with their allies across the fleet, coordinating efforts to keep the Zentari subdued and the system stable. The Zentari commanders, realizing they had been outmaneuvered, attempted various methods to regain control, but each effort was thwarted by the engineers' superior planning and technical expertise. The successful takeover marked a turning point in their struggle. The Zentari fleet, once a symbol of oppression, was now a powerful tool in the hands of the humans. The engineers had proven their ingenuity and resilience, and their actions had set the stage for a broader campaign to liberate the galaxy from Zentari control. As the first light of a new dawn broke through the ship's viewports, Alex looked at her team with pride. They had faced insurmountable odds and emerged victorious. The path ahead was still fraught with challenges, but they were ready to face them together, united by their shared goal of freedom and justice. The takeover was complete, and with the fleet under their command, the humans were ready to turn the tide of the war. The next steps would be critical, but for now, they savored the moment of triumph, knowing that they had achieved the impossible and taken control of the alien fleet. With the Zentari fleet now under human control, Alex and her team quickly set about coordinating with Earth's military leaders. The communication channels buzzed with strategic discussions and planning sessions. General Marcus Lee, Earth's top military strategist, took the lead in outlining the plan of attack against the Zentari Empire. "Alex, your understanding of the fleet's capabilities will be crucial," General Lee said over the secure link. "We need to hit them hard and fast, targeting their strongholds and supply lines to cripple their war effort." Alex nodded. "We'll use the Tesla harpoon to disable their key installations. Our initial focus should be on their primary supply routes and communication hubs." The plan was set in motion. Earth's forces, now bolstered by the commandeered Zentari fleet, moved with precision. The Tesla harpoon, a powerful weapon capable of disabling enemy ships and installations with pinpoint accuracy, became their primary tool. With the human engineers' deep knowledge of both their own technology and the Zentari systems, they were able to execute the attacks flawlessly. The first wave of coordinated attacks yielded remarkable results. The Tesla harpoon disabled several key Zentari strongholds, rendering them defenseless. Supply lines were cut off, leaving the Zentari forces scattered and unsupported. Each victory boosted the morale of Earth's forces and their allies, who had long suffered under Zentari oppression. Planet after planet was liberated. Previously oppressed civilizations joined forces with Earth, eager to contribute to the downfall of their common enemy. The sight of the Zentari fleet, now under human control, inspired hope and determination across the galaxy. The Zentari, caught off guard by the sudden shift in power, struggled to mount an effective defense. Their once unified front began to fracture, as internal dissent and panic spread through their ranks. The relentless assaults by the human-controlled fleet left them reeling, unable to regroup or counterattack effectively. As the campaign progressed, Alex and her team continuously adapted their tactics. They leveraged the advanced technology of the fleet and their intimate understanding of Zentari strategies to stay one step ahead. The engineers worked tirelessly, analyzing data and refining their approach to maximize their impact. "We need to anticipate their movements," Emma suggested during one of their strategy sessions. "The Centauri will likely try to regroup at their secondary command centers. If we can hit those next, we'll keep them off balance." The team implemented Emma's suggestions, launching surprise attacks on the Centauri's fallback positions. These adaptive tactics kept the Centauri forces in a state of constant disarray, preventing them from launching any significant counteroffensive. Resistance from the remnants of Centauri forces was fierce. They were fighting to preserve what remained of their empire, and their desperation made them dangerous. However, the superior coordination and ingenuity of Alex's team ensured that each engagement ended in their favor. The human-controlled fleet, with its blend of advanced weaponry and strategic brilliance, proved unstoppable. The conflict reached its climax with a pivotal battle that would determine the fate of the war. Intelligence reports indicated that the Centauri had consolidated their remaining forces at their central command base, a heavily fortified station deep within their territory. General Lee and Alex knew that this was the moment to deliver the decisive blow. "We'll concentrate our forces for a full-scale assault," General Lee announced. "This is their last stronghold. If we take it down, the Centauri Empire will fall." The human-controlled fleet, alongside Earth's forces and their allies, prepared for the final assault. The atmosphere was tense but resolute. Every ship was ready, every weapon primed for the battle that would end Centauri dominance. As the fleet approached the Centauri Central Command, they encountered heavy resistance. The Centauri had fortified their defenses, deploying their most advanced ships and weaponry. The battle raged with intensity, lasers and explosions lighting up the dark expanse of space. Alex, coordinating from the bridge of the Centauri Prime, directed the Tesla harpoon and other advanced weapons to strategic targets. Emma's hacking skills disabled critical enemy systems, creating openings for Earth's forces to exploit. Thal and the other engineers ensured the fleet's systems remained operational under the strain of battle. The combined efforts of the human engineers and military strategists led to a series of critical breakthroughs. Key defensive installations were destroyed, and the Centauri ships began to fall one by one. The tide of the battle turned decisively in favor of Earth's forces. In a final, desperate move, the Centauri launched their remaining fleet in a full frontal assault. But the human-controlled fleet, with its superior coordination and tactical advantage, repelled the attack. The Tesla harpoon fired its last shots, disabling the Centauri command ship and ending the battle. The Centauri Central Command Base, the heart of their empire, was now defenseless. Earth's forces moved in to secure it, signaling the end of Centauri dominance. The pivotal battle marked the end of the Centauri Empire's reign. The galaxy, once under the shadow of Centauri oppression, now saw the dawn of a new era of freedom and cooperation. The human engineers, led by Alex and Emma, were hailed as heroes for their crucial role in the victory. Earth's rise to power was undeniable. They had turned the tide of the war through sheer ingenuity and determination, leveraging the advanced technology of their former oppressors to achieve a decisive victory. The galaxy's political landscape shifted, with Earth and its allies emerging as the new guardians of peace and stability. As the celebrations began, Alex reflected on the journey. The road had been long and fraught with danger, but they had prevailed. The future was bright, filled with the promise of unity and progress. The human-controlled fleet, now a symbol of resilience and innovation, continued to patrol the galaxy, ensuring that the era of Centauri oppression would never return. The engineers, soldiers, and allies who had fought together now looked forward to a future where cooperation and peace reigned supreme. The Centauri Empire's defeat sent ripples of celebration across the galaxy. The news spread quickly. The oppressive regime that had cast a dark shadow over countless worlds was no more. From the liberated planets to the core of Earth, beings of all species rejoiced. Fireworks lit up the skies, and joyous shouts echoed through the streets. Amid the celebrations, the human engineers who had played a pivotal role in the victory were hailed as heroes. Alex and Emma, in particular, were lauded for their ingenuity and bravery. The once unknown engineers were now central figures in the galaxy's liberation story. Their names became synonymous with hope and resilience, embodying the spirit that had turned the tide of the war. With the Zentari Empire dismantled, a new era of cooperation and unity began. The human-controlled fleet, which had played such a crucial role in the victory, became a symbol of strength and innovation. It represented not just a military triumph but the power of human ingenuity and the possibilities of interspecies collaboration. Formerly oppressed species and planets, freed from Zentari control, joined forces to rebuild their societies and establish a democratic galactic council. This new body aimed to ensure that no single power could dominate others as the Zentari had. It was a forum for dialogue, cooperation, and mutual support, where each member's voice could be heard. The fleet, once a tool of oppression, was now repurposed for peacekeeping and humanitarian missions. It patrolled the galaxy, ensuring stability and aiding in reconstruction efforts. The presence of the fleet deterred any remnants of Zentari loyalists and other would-be oppressors, fostering an environment of security and trust. In the aftermath of the war, formal ceremonies were held to honor those who had made the victory possible. Alex, Emma, and their team received accolades and honors from Earth and its allies. They stood on stages in front of cheering crowds, receiving medals and commendations from leaders of liberated planets and Earth's highest officials. Monuments were erected to commemorate their bravery and ingenuity. In the heart of Earth's capital, a towering statue of Alex and Emma was unveiled, depicting them working side by side, symbolic of their partnership and the spirit of cooperation that had brought about their success. Plaques inscribed with the names of all the engineers and soldiers who had contributed to the victory lined the base, ensuring that their sacrifices would never be forgotten. The personal journeys of the key characters were celebrated as well. Alex reflected on the path that had brought her from a subordinate engineer under Zentari oppression to a celebrated hero. She remembered the moments of doubt and fear, the challenges they had overcome, and the bonds they had forged. Emma, always by her side, shared these reflections, both of them acknowledging the profound impact their actions had on the galaxy's future. As the galaxy moved forward, the human-controlled fleet played a crucial role in maintaining peace and prosperity. It was integrated into a united galactic defense force, a coalition of ships and personnel from various planets and species. This force was not only a military entity but a symbol of the new era of unity and cooperation. Alex and Emma continued to serve, not as warriors but as leaders and innovators. They spearheaded efforts to advance the fleet's technology and expand its humanitarian missions. Their experiences and insights became invaluable, guiding the next generation of engineers and leaders. The story concluded with a hopeful vision for the future. The galaxy, once torn apart by oppression and war, now thrived on the principles of resilience, unity, and the enduring spirit of innovation. The lessons learned from the conflict underscored the importance of standing together against tyranny and valuing the contributions of every individual. In the final reflections, the narrative emphasized that the real victory was not just the defeat of the Zentari but the transformation of the galaxy into a place where peace and collaboration were the cornerstones of society. The journey of Alex, Emma, and their team illustrated that even in the darkest times, hope and determination could forge a path to a brighter future. The human-controlled fleet, now a beacon of this new era, ensured that the hard-won peace would be preserved. As they patrolled the galaxy, the fleet's presence served as a reminder of the sacrifices made and the enduring legacy of those who fought for freedom. The galaxy looked ahead with optimism, ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities of this new age, united in their commitment to a shared future of prosperity and peace.